Welcome back. Joining us this morning once again, Wildlife Images Executive Director Dave Siddon. Dave, good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Terrific. How are you?
Doing great. Doing great. We got Emily Storm with us here to help
do.
handle. Could you tell us a little bit about our friends here?
Yeah, this is Hank. Hank is a bearded dragon. And Emily, if you'd like to hold Hank, he's really a sweetheart. He is an Australian creature. And of course, we are honoring Steve Irwin Day, which is tomorrow, actually, Saturday. Yeah. And so to honor Steve Irwin, we're going to be doing free admission for kids and for veterans at Wildlife Images all day long. And they'll be able to see animals like Hank here, and we have some other Australian species as well, like wallabies and things there. So the Irwins have been a very close friends of mine for 40 some years. So Terry and I have been very, very close, and we spend a lot of time with them. So they're great, great folks. And there's other animals too. You know, Hank is an animal that comes from the desert and open plains of Australia. They are one of the more adaptable lizards, and you commonly see them in pet shops and things. They do, you know, if I were to advocate for any animal as being a good pet, that's one of them. This is a Madagascan hissing cockroach.
Look at this guy. He pulled it out of his pocket.
Oh my goodness.
You can never have too many animals in your pocket.
What else you got in there?
So these guys, of course, are forest cockroaches. They're not like a cockroach you see here. They're thinking of a pain because they're in your cabinets in your kitchen or anything like that. Yeah. These guys would never live in your house. They're out in the forest. They eat decaying vegetables and things like that. So they're harmless to humans. If they were to get loose in your house, they'd look for a way to get out to do something. Of course, they can't survive here in Oregon. They are native of Madagascar, of course. And they're called hissing cockroaches because if they get upset or aggravated, they rub their back legs on their shell and it makes a hissing sound.
Oh my goodness.
So we'll know.
So you know if you're aggravating them. So anyway.
Well, he seems like he's all right so far. So
how'd they get here though?
They're bred commonly in captivity. And so there's a pet trade for arthropods and insects and things like that. There's an open market for that as well. So they're not uncommon to find now. A lot of people breed them.
And how do they make their way to Wildlife Images?
We obtained them through basically an animal supplier that we bought them. And Hank, we have a different type of cockroaches that are smaller that are Hank's favorite meal. Wildlife Images called dubia cockroaches, and they're smaller ones, and he thinks they're the best. So,
but this guy's hissing at him.
This one's not on the menu.
There you go. And also, speaking of menu, we also have a glass of wine here. Could you tell me a little bit about how you can have a new way to support the nonprofit, right?
We do. We partnered with Woolridge Creek Winery in our valley, which is a gorgeous place, and they have been kind enough to bottle a wine for us that we call the Red-Tailed Rosé. It's a rosé wine, and it honors Happy. And Happy was a red-tailed hawk that we had back in the 70s that helped us form Wildlife Images. She flew down and landed on all the new Buick automobiles on their commercials. Oh, wow. And it started off as a one-shot sort of commercial. Turned out to be so popular, she was on there for 12 years, and she helped fund the beginning of Wildlife Images. So now we have a wine that through Woolridge Creek is going to be used as a fundraiser for Wildlife Images.
Super cool. Thank you so much for breaking that down. Really appreciate that, Dave. And obviously, as you mentioned, Steve Irwin Day is tomorrow. What does that really represent for anybody that doesn't know?
Steve was just such a good friend and a wonderful guy to be around. In real life, he was kind of shy. We go out to dinner and things. He was a little bit on the shy side, but I love that he lives his values, has always lived his values, and his family and Terry have picked up where he left off. And they have done a spectacular job. The Australia Zoo is probably the preeminent zoo anywhere in the world. I've never seen a better one, and they've done an amazing job with it.
Well put. Thank you so much, Dave. Is there anything else you want to add, emphasize, go over before we say goodbye?
No, please come out Saturday and enjoy us for Steve Irwin Day, which is, of course, November 15th, tomorrow.
Well, there you go. Thank you so much again, Dave. Wildlife Images Rehabilitation Education Centers open daily at their location on Lower River Road in Grants Pass. Tomorrow is Steve Irwin Day, as we mentioned, and to celebrate the park's history with the Irwin family, admission is free for kids and for veterans. And if you want to support the cause while sipping a little bit of wine, try the new Red-Tailed Rosé from Woolridge Creek Vineyard. For more information, you can head on over to wildlifeimages.org. Dave, thanks again so much for joining us this morning.
And we have new friends this morning.
Look at us.
You can even come out and buy a Hank.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
With that, we'll be right back.